I think growing up, I always wondered if I'd be, am I good enough? Am I the right person to do this work? And then I think what you realise as you get older is that really you are. You're really unique, and being a young Tongan person growing up in New Zealand, I think it gives you a lot of different perspectives, and so you get to see things in a way that other people don't see. And so
I used to always tell my parents about all the hardship and things that I used to face in school, alienation, getting called all these silly names and things like that. But my dad, what he always used to tell me was, all that frustration, all that anger, just put it in your pen. Just put it in your pen, write it all out, and work really hard, because, don't care about what everyone else is saying and what everybody else is doing. Because if you work on yourself, put it all in your pen, work really hard, then you'll be a leader and everyone will look towards you. So I reckon I did really well, and I want to achieve more. So yeah, all in the pen, guys. Put it all in the pen.
And today you have a computer, no?
All in the computer.
Being in school, there were a few things that I found really difficult, like the peer pressure. I went to school in a small rural area where drugs and pregnancy was something that you saw on a daily basis almost.
There's a path that you need to establish for yourself, for your whānau, for your wider community, and it's important that you have that perspective of where you're heading to. You may fall off that path or diverge off the path every now and then for various reasons, but it's always important that you do continually look ahead, and if you do fall off the path, that you work towards getting back on the right track, getting back on the waka, I guess you could say.
When I grew up in South Auckland, and I still live in South Auckland, and I love the place with all my heart. But I was schooled in Auckland City, and one of the challenges that I had experienced when I was at high school was that I hung out with the wrong crowd. My mates, there were a group of mates that perhaps I shouldn't have hung out with, and there were other mates that really were the right mates that I needed to be with.
Like things like peer pressure, and they're tough. You just got to learn to stick and surround yourself with people who care about you, and the ones that will have your back at the end of the day, really, rather than the ones that are there by your side when the good times are there. So just surround yourself with the right people, with the right attitudes and the right goals.
There were times when I failed subjects at school, not because I'm not intelligent, but because I hung out with perhaps the wrong people, and I think your peers and who you hang out with and who you kick it with is very important. And if you have good mates that and good bros that would support you and advise you on your on school, to do well at school, to succeed in sports, to reach your potential in anything that you do. I think those are the mates that really care for you and are there for you for the long haul. There are mates that are there to perhaps there for a short term to perhaps lead you astray from what you can really achieve. And I guess those mates, you'll probably need to look around yourself and and you can identify those mates. You can actually handpick who these mates are that will probably drag you down. And my learning is that I think in order to succeed, in order to achieve your potential, you really need to hang out with really good friends that would support you and push you and really lift you to really do well in whatever you choose to do in your life.
Well, I guess just judging on my experience, I guess the best way to get out of this hole and pursue a dream or a goal that you want to do, I think literally the easiest step, which is the first step, is just to ask for help in general for those people around you. Because even if the person you ask isn't able to help you per se, then I'm sure they'll be able to find someone else or would have other connections to help you in where you're going. And then once you start doing that networking, it's easier to start getting your goals and dreams intact and make a bit of a game plan. But yeah, if you make a mistake or if you just miss out, if you keep trying towards the same goal, you're going to get there eventually. There's going to be speed bumps along the way. No road is smooth the whole way around. But I find that it's not always about the destination that you're going to. It's more how you get there and the roads you take to get there that make the dream worth living.
My definition of success is completely individualistic, and it's something that you need to shape for yourselves. If you're happy with what you're doing and you're enjoying doing it, that's being successful. You can't develop something around another person's ideals. It's up to you as an individual to enjoy what you're doing, embrace it and go for it. That's success.
Success to me is setting yourself a goal and just going for it and not holding back, giving it a real good try. And I remember being really inspired by him because he went through high school and teachers would always say, oh, you should give trades the try, or giving him other options and not anything like medicine. But he really believed in himself and he set himself the goal of graduating in medicine, and now he's a doctor, and so he's graduated and now he's married to a girl who's also studying medicine as well, and they have an awesome future, and it's all because he believed in himself and he set that goal and he really did give it a go. And he went through a whole lot of studying courses to help him because everyone learns differently, and so he went out and did what he could to achieve his goal.
And there are numerous examples and role models out there in the community of people who have experienced particular challenges and hurdles, but have maintained a positive focus and have managed to do quite well and be successful despite the circumstances that they've inherited or encountered or have found themselves in. So maintaining a positive attitude and focus and putting in the hard yards, I would say are quite important values to have.
One of my favourite ethics is captured by a Māori whakatauki, and it's a well-known one, and it's tamatu, tamaora, tamanoho, tamamate, which is essentially, if you sit around, you're not going to go anywhere. So you've got to get up and you've got to go out there and do something. So that's something that was instilled in me as a youngster, and I try to instill in those around me.
You can do what anyone else in this world can do, but only you can do it better. So it's very important that you determine what you want and work hard for it, strive for it. I wanted to be a doctor, and now I am a doctor. And I've got my stethoscope now, which is pretty much a sign of a doctor. Sometimes we just hang it there, but it's like a sign of a doctor. And yeah, I listened to my heart, and this is what I wanted to do, is to become a doctor. You can do it too.
If someone tells you the sky is the limit, tell them there's footprints on the moon.